What's good, boys and girls? Bo McBrayer here from Fantasy Pros, and I have your top Week 11 Waiver Wire additions. But first, if you want a chance to win a signed Josh Allen Bills helmet for free, courtesy of our friends at pristineauction.com, all you need to do is head to fantasypros.com/contest. Complete that form and either download the Fantasy Pros Draft Wizard app, leave a review for the podcast, or follow us on X, Instagram, or TikTok at Fantasy Pros. The more actions you complete, the more entries you receive. We will be announcing a winner right here on the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you can be alerted when new episodes are up and to claim your prize. At lucky number 7 for Week 11 Waiver Wire additions, it's dangerous. And I gotta admit, I was dead wrong about the Steelers. I was dead wrong about Russell Wilson. This dude's dropping bombs. He had kind of a lackluster game against the Giants. Bounce back performance last week. The Pittsburgh Steelers are for real. They were a Super Bowl contender with Russell Wilson at the helm. The team is 3-0 with him as a starter. The defense has a lot to do with that. The running game has been solid. Russell Wilson dropping bombs, and he's even, for the first time ever, involving his tight end, Pat Freiermuth. Guess what? Week 11, he gets a Baltimore defense that just gave up all sorts of touchdown passes to Joe Burrow. So, yeah, this is a perfect Week 11 streamer. You might want to hold on to him a little while longer. Russell Wilson is at number 7. Add him on waivers. Plug him right in as a starting streaming quarterback against the Baltimore Ravens. At number 6, he's healthy. He's explosive. He's a huge play threat. He's versatile, and he's better in a tandem than he is as a lead back. It's not Tony Pollard. It's his partner in crime in the Tennessee backfield. It's Tyjae Spears. Tyjae Spears is healthy, and that means you must run to the waiver wire and get Tyjae Spears on your team. He is the skeleton key to this Tennessee offense. They were calling it, and Tony Pollard was hauling it for all those weeks that Tyjae Spears was hurt. Now that he's back, this running game is explosive. Tony Pollard did an admirable job filling in, getting all those carries. Now it's time for Spears with those fresh legs to just jump into action, break off some big plays. You call it, they'll haul it. Both of them. They're both better as a tandem. They're both better as that two-man committee. And the Tennessee Titans need their running game so that they don't have to rely on Will Levis to carry the workload. At number 5, believe it or not, the biggest bust from last year's receiving class is the guy you want to get this year, and it's Quentin Johnston from TCU. Complete bust under the Staley regime in Los Angeles for the Chargers. Well, guess what? You get Jim Harbaugh. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Justin Herbert is premium Herbo. And Quentin Johnston, they finally got him in a place that makes sense. Staley had him in the X position. QJ is not an X. QJ is a flanker. He's a slot. He's a big slot. He's got that big yak potential. They got him where they need him to be, and he's making big plays, not just for busted coverage. QJ scored a touchdown on a regular old red zone play from Justin Herbert last game. He's still going to bust coverage because apparently he's a ghost. He's got that Harry Potter invisibility cloak on him. Quentin Johnston is big play potential, and you need to go get him at number 5 on my waiver wire list. Take the guesswork out of waiver wire decisions with Fantasy Pros Waiver Assistant. Get instant analysis on potential moves from over 100 fantasy experts. Discover both the weekly and rest of season impact for every waiver ad. Visit fantasypros.com/myplaybook or download the Fantasy Football My Playbook app to optimize your roster today. At number 4, from the San Francisco 49ers, he's brushing off bullet wounds. He's the man coverage eater. He's a man eater. And he's Purdy tough. Like Brock Purdy's tough. Ricky Pearsall's even tougher. Arrogant hands, yak potential. Ricky Pearsall, He scored that touchdown last week, and I wasn't the least bit surprised. This guy is a stud. Get Ricky Pearsall on your team. This 49ers offense with Christian McCaffrey back in the fold is dangerous. Deebo Samuel might be choking out Tabor Pepper, their long snapper. Ricky Pearsall's just out there eating bullets and scoring touchdowns. You definitely want him on your fantasy team. At number 3, my namesake. He played college at my favorite Oregon Ducks. We're talking about the Dr. Bo Nix. Yeah, lots of guys go to college for 7 years. Yeah, they're called doctors. Bo Nix, Dr. Bo Nix, Denver Broncos rookie quarterback, dual threat, dual week streamer. He's got the Falcons this week. He's got the Raiders next week. 2 weeks of Bo Nix. He's polished. He's poised. He's got a great offensive mind behind him. They've come to an agreement. They let Bo Nix have a little bit of dumb cowboy, a little bit of Ricky Bobby in him. He's a wild child, but he's also mature. He's also making great decisions. He's a tight window thrower. He's making big plays, even with a terrible receiving core. If you think Devon Vele and Cortland Sutton is a good receiving core, just wait till Bo Nix gets some weapons next year. I really love Bo Nix. More of a rushing threat than he gets credit for. He's polished and poised to the point where he led that offense down the field. He was about to vanquish Patrick Mahomes' Kansas City Chiefs. They're undefeated. They should be undefeated no more. Unfortunately, the field goal by Will Lutz got blocked, or otherwise we'd be talking about Bo Nix coming back to beat the Chiefs on the road at Arrowhead. He did everything he was supposed to do as the quarterback to beat the undefeated Chiefs in their home yard. It just came up short because of a kicker or a kick blocking unit. Bo Nix is your dual week streamer. He's the last quarterback on the list. He's the top quarterback on this list. You make sure you get Bo Nix going for the next 2 weeks. We're heading close to those fantasy playoffs. It makes a difference. At number 2, rookie running back for the Denver Broncos. He had 14 carries last week against the Chiefs. He averaged about 5 yards a pop. He got 14 carries to only 1 for presumed starter and lead back Javonte Williams. It's very apparent now that Sean Payton does not like Javonte Williams. He does not trust him. He's not a pick that his regime made. Audric Estime was drafted by Sean Payton for a reason. He's a bruiser. He makes good calls. He's a great pass protection back. Javonte Williams, for whatever reason, he and Sean Payton do not see eye to eye. I think he's a more talented back than Audric Estime, but Sean Payton wants Audric Estime on the field for his offense. Bo Nix, Audric Estime, great rookie tandem in that backfield. 14 carries of 55 yards last week against the Chiefs, who were top 5 against the run. Estime's got juice. He's going to score a lot of touchdowns in this league. You're going to want to jump in there and get him now while he's super low rostership percentage. This is a no doubt home run hitter at running back who's going to very rarely come off the field for Jaleel McLaughlin. At number 1. I don't know how many leagues out there have this guy still available. According to different apps, it's between 40 and 60% rostered. Najee Harris just got hurt. It looks bad. I don't expect him back soon. At least if he is back, he's not going to be 100%. Knee, ankle, it looked pretty rough. Jaylen Warren, the efficiency monster. I told you to go out there and get him last week. It was just because I expected his workload to spike post bye week. I was right about that. He's a PPR asset, great pass catcher, great pass protector, very good in the open field. This is a red alert. Go out there, get Jaylen Warren if he's available. If he's not, somebody has him, trade for him. I don't expect you to have to spend too much in trade value for a flex starter running back. If you have some extra wide receivers laying around, make an offer for that Jaylen Warren manager so that you can get him on your team, because down the stretch, Jaylen Warren is going to be a bona fide, signified league winner. I called it last week. I'm calling it again this week. If you can get your hands on Jaylen Warren of the Pittsburgh Steelers, it will help you win your fantasy league. Thank you again. Bo McBrayer here for Fantasy Pros. Join me for week 12 next week. Have a good night.